Hello guys, welcome to Zach Animate Studios. In life, you might be, some people are so afraid of blank pages, blank canvases, class stuff. I think the right time is just to the fear of the blank. Yeah, so guys, today we are going to create a house. Let's call it a 3D house from a blank canvas. Like our canvas, right, which we are going to use Iclone. It is an amazing software, and my experience ever since, it has been good. I like the lighting, I like so many things about it, and I'm ready to share it with you guys. As I look in my screen right now, I'm so happy to start. So guys, let's begin. I will start with creating a flow, and I'm hoping I'm going to do this within less than an hour. So this is the flow. Some of the things you should know. I've created my viewport. This is just the way I have modified my screen. This is where the content is, this is where the scene is, and then this is where the visuals is, where after you have created something you need to process the lighting and everything. Modify is when you have inserted an object and you want to edit it. So let's just go into content browser. We have more than 1,000 content that you can use. We have actors, project, scenes, hair, clothes, and all that. So I'm looking at importing a character. I don't want to use base. Let's bring in Kevin. Let's bring in Kevin or somebody else, somebody beautiful, let's bring Kevin. This is an actor. That's beautiful. Basically, when you want to create an application, basically when you are working on a scene, basically what we normally use is the height of the scene. So the height of the person will always tell you how high, how low, how realistic your application is going to look like. So after that point, I just want now to come and bring in properties. These properties we have, I really want some 3D props. These are just basic stuffs from Iclone 7. I just want to start with the walls. The flow we already have, and then just let's get walls. So the way I do it is just as simple as that. I want to make a wall, and this wall I've already created such that it can snap to grid. So we are going to have a door, and then at that point I can just modify at 90 so that it looks much better, good. So that is where we'll have the door. As you can see, that's it, and then let it snap to the edge here, just like that. So as you can see, it will always be snapping to the edge, so that it looks clean and realistic. So yeah, that's it. Let's add another wall. This one is going to be this one is going to come on this other end, that other end, you can imagine, and then this one also is going to come to this other end. Let's also rotate it at 90, modify at 90, modify the angles at 90, so that we have that at that point, and then So we have started having the house. We have already started having the house. As you can see, you have the house, you have some like we have some walls, and then we are going just to like let's duplicate the floor, because something I've realized, control, we click control and then you hold it up, and then it's going just to fit in there. So we have the walls, but I want just to close this house, close the house. Still go back to content. If we have the window there also, I think we should move it down there. No, control Z. No, I don't want to. Okay, I want to get hold of this and then give it at 90, or okay, we can just leave it that way, half of that, so that we have a house that is, maybe this is going to be a kitchen, and then you're going to extend it, right? And then you can also have that wall, and then we move it, we make it more, rotate it at 90 first, 90, then we bring it outside. Okay, where are you? There. Okay, and then we bring it out just like that, so that we can have a designer house, right? Something cool. Yeah, that's more of a, that's it. So we do that. Content, still have some empty walls, we'll still bring it out. And then we can always move it out just like that. So you have a house. If you want to pan and look at what you have done from within, you just select that person, and then when you pan, you move around, you can just zoom in, you move, and then you can look from within. Okay, sorry, so we are inside your camera movement also. Somehow this is going to help you also. So you see, you have the house, and then you look around. Okay, so we are going just to pan around this person. You select him, and then you can pan around. So he's the center of center of interest. So basically is the center of interest. So if you want to see, now those are the spaces that you have created. You can see we still have spaces, which is good. So you can always like look from the top, that is G, that is the house, and then you can see where you have not filled in. You can just place it out there, and then you can rotate it at 90, as fun as like that, 90, and then you can now move it. Okay, you can decide to move it to that point. Okay, we can still look, we go back to that person, look inside the face, and then you can move it out, and then see, you can see. So basically we have started creating the house. We still have this space. We'll decide what to do with it. It can be a window, it can be an open end. So basically that's what we can do for now. Space. Okay. We already have. So this is the side of the house. Okay, so let's just move it a little bit. Yeah, just like that. So inside the house you have all these spaces. We'll decide what to use them for. Right now we already have the house. This is Kevin's house, and then let's make it dark. Before even we make it dark, we need to look at the camera so that it can give us a more detailed. Okay, that is how the house looks like. I normally do this. I normally click out of the empty space and then I come back to modify. I will have the camera so I can look at 20 mm. You see all these spaces, so basically you see what you've been doing. So get back and then come inside and then pan around that space. So you see we can still add a wall the other side. I just want to clean up all the walls that have not been filled. Okay, so like that. Yeah, it has snapped. Okay, it's snapping on the edge, so that we have that space. So it's just remaining this space. We can still create another wall and then rotate it at 90. Rotate it at 90 for the time being. And then so you can see that as a designer, as a developer, or as a graphic designer, as a web a designer, you can decide to use this skill to create for people houses. Basically it comes hand in hand with the skills for architecture. Yeah, I want it to look good, by the way, so I can just leave that space there and then I know what I will do with it. You can imagine you are creating a house with no knowledge of interior design. You can imagine it looks good, so I can still use that, and then I will put that wall. I'm going to put that wall so that it's going to have those spaces there. You can see where it has come from, so that's it. So we have that room. So this guy is in the center of the gravity of our system, so you can have that might be a room like that. You can see, so that we have a house. It has some rooms, right? So we'll decide which room we're going to have. So this is the sitting room, like the sitting room and all that. So we have the rooms there, but I need this thing to be closed for the time being. I want to work with light so that we can see where we can introduce lighting. So I will allow me to close it. So basically what I've done, I've duplicated the scene. Let me just expand on it. If you want to expand on it, just can do that. That is shrinking, expanding on it a little bit so that all the spaces are not visible. And then what I can do, I can now just duplicate the walls so that that space we are seeing there can disappear. Lock, and then the control, and then see we have now the room. We have like 2 floors. Okay, so that's, we have a house. Inside our house we have all that. How many minutes? Okay, so we have done that. That is the house. So we are inside the house. I normally use these windows just to know the camera, so that I can set up the cameras. When you go 35 25 mm, so you see this is the house. So I can now start thinking. We still have this wall. What we can do, because it has stretched out, we can create an extrusion, either a veranda on that side. So this is the house, the center, the room. That is the other room. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we have like a room outside here, which is okay. This the other room, which we'll work on it later. But the goodness, we have now the house. We can decide now to place a table inside. This is our own architecture, right? So this is architecture Zach. This work for architecture Zach. So this is where we are going to, maybe the other way. So we'll see how we can do that. So this is either somebody comes and then goes inside the, okay, this wall we need to change it. We need to change that wall. Let's change that wall. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at this wall. This wall. Select this wall. Why is it not selecting? Yeah, that wall. I just want to, I need to modify it. I need it to be a closed, I'm going to make it a closed window. So what we're going to do, still we're going to have this wall, and then make it 90, modify at 90, and then we now move to that area, so that but there are several ways we can do that, though it has it has that, so I wanted it to look like that. So this is going to, and then this one is the one we can now change to this one, this wall. Okay, this kind of wall, right? This kind of wall, it has windows, so you can just move it now to the other end, and then move it to that side, and then yeah, something like that. And then we can now introduce light. We can introduce light front. Okay, now this is the house. Okay, that is the front side of it, which is not bad. Okay, yeah, now that's something like that. I want to pan around this person. Maybe this is the center of interest, my center of interest. So basically I know I have a center of interest somewhere. My center of interest is there. So we are going to have something like a door on this other side, and then we are going now to arrange our house from this other point. This is going to be where our house is going to look like. So let's now bring in the furniture and everything. So you have been given a house. How are we going to arrange the house? So we are going to start. I have my own park. I have a custom park. I really like the home studio. So we are going to start with the seats and everything. So we have a carpet. You can imagine you are starting to arrange the house with a carpet. Okay, let's move it there. It's going to be on the center of the house. It's going to be on the center of the house. Ceiling lamp. So also that. Okay. Lighting. Let's do it at the later stage. So wall, carpet. Let's bring in sofas. How do you arrange your house? You can tell me how you arrange your house on the comment section. How you arrange your house. So that is, let's try out and see how beautiful this is going to look like. So this is the seat, and then we're going to expand on it. We're going to duplicate that seat, control, and then you have double, and then you're going just to rotate it at 90. Rotate it at 90. No, not 90, 180. 180. We have created now the seats. Now let's introduce more item, maybe a wall clock. We just throw it there, and then you're going to rotate it also at 90, because it's going to be on the other end of the wall. 90. So that's it. Move it up, and then let's go closer to it. We need to rotate it at 180 or negative 90. Negative 90. Yeah, that's it. And then we can stretch it to the wall. So that is the clock. So let's move it to the wall. So that's it. It has gone past the wall. So something I've realized, good animations or good scenes, basically you need to understand how the correlations of space, like you create a good space on your scene. So that is what I've always seen, good animations. There's an anime I have been looking at a few days ago. I think it's called there's a good anime I've been looking a few days ago. It's called it's more of a vampire story, and it had a very nice storyline. So that is the cardboard. We just have now to rotate it at 90. We rotate it at 90, modify 90, modify at 90, negative 90 by the way, right? 90. Yeah, that's it, 90, and then it will come at the center piece. Okay, so I need to test that thing so that it gives that thing a room. Okay, just that way. First a little bit claustrophobic. That's the thing, you have to arrange things so that they look good. Archivists, lighting is important, very, very important. So I'm trying. So things have to arrange and they have to look natural. For good anime, also things have to look natural. Okay, so that is the sitting room, that is where the chair is. So I'm trying to arrange things to look as normal as possible. The chair, the carpet, also we move it to the center of the room, the center of the room. And then also this, we move it backwards now, so that if you want to look on the top, you can just now change on the top. You come here and then look from the top, it will be like that. And then you see the cupboard looks good. Let's just move a little. the camera is out of the scene, okay, but something like that. And then now we can now bring in, now it's the center, we can bring in now the television. You can bring in the television. Yeah, we can go back to our normal view. So you can also decide to create a camera here at this point. Camera, you can decide to create a camera, so that so that on the viewport you can decide that will be your camera, that is a preview camera, or you can switch to camera now to see where the things look, how things look like on your scene. So you have your mini view on that side and then the camera on this side. So just to go back to camera, to the other camera, and then we can now switch back to normal view where the TV was. We can get back this point. Okay, that was the camera, but we are going to pan it back, so we leave that camera there. Let's you pick a target where you are going to pan. So I want to pan this person from that point, so that it looks like that, and then I can still pan it. That is my original point. So that is more of a, you will create realistic positions on your scene. Human homes basically is normally around 2 meters high. 2 meters high is the height of a person, and then like add like 3 meters above, so like is 5 meters the height of a house of a normal human Kenyan, that is African homes. So you can imagine, these are the things we were doing. Graphic design, we were doing software development, but now it has come a point that right now we are doing animations, and you need, and you're doing graphic cards, and then you need to understand what the real world what are the expectations of the real world. So you can see we have that television there, and then you can just now, you can modify it at that is 89, which is good, or just give it at 90, and then we can now move it on the back, and then just change on the point of view, and then you can just now it has gone past Control Z. Just Control Z, so that Control Z means you are as normal. The normal Control Z, just be going back previous steps that you have done. Just like that. I like Blender. You can use both. On Blender you can use both. Yeah, no, the other direction. Sorry, I'm using a lot of time on that. Just to arrange television. That's fine. Then we put it at the center. Right, so that is the house. We have the television, we put it at the center of the house. So we can now introduce light. We can start introducing light. We can still introduce tables. We can look for tables and chairs. Curtains, we have chair. So still we have a lot. So we have that coffee table. let's introduce coffee table. Yeah, this is a designer. It's a designer coffee table. Let's introduce it at the center of the house. At the center of the main of the table, the house. You can imagine, you can put it there just to use mini view and still out of there. Yeah, so it's there. And then now we can introduce books, either books on the table, something like that. But if I also find that table is not perfect, we can also change. So we can still add books, stacks of books. We can put it just there. Let's just put it there. And then okay, it needs to align. Okay, we need to move it. Let's just because I told you when you are panning, anything that you select will pan across it. So those are the books. Okay, so those books, we are going to stack them on the table. So that's it. And then you're going to rotate them so that it looks more. Let's give it a 90 also. In life, or a 90. Yeah, something like that. It looks much realistic. So something like that. Those are the books on the table. We can add flower vase and so many things. So just like that, this is the table. I love this table. I don't know how I'll use it. This coffee table, I think it's much better to have a round table in the center of the house than this other coffee table, right? So let's remove that and then have this table, or even 3 of them. It will look more decorative. I need to make it to be on the ground, so we are going to remove -40, the Z, keep it at 0 so that it stays on the ground. Okay, it's a very tall table, you can imagine. Okay, round table. It's a good table. Let's look at let's search for tables and see which kind of tables you're going to get inside this Unreal Engine. Table. Yeah, this one looks good. Bedside table. Coffee table. This is good. I think I love this one and this one. You can have like the 3 of them. And then you have now books on them, and then we remove this big one. It looks bad, right? And then the decorations for the table, we are going to have a book. We have books on it on the table, right? And then this one also is going to be on the edge. Let's keep it on the edge where we can add something. We'll have that stool there, the edge, and then you are going to add something, right? So we're going to add like light on that end, depending on the. So we're going to put lights on those ends so that the house will look amazing. So we have like table decorations. Let's just place it there, move it up till it's visible, and then yeah, have those table decorations. like 2 of them, and then we can have books, right? And then books, yeah, so we can stack books on the table. My friend, this is more personal, man. Yeah, I have several books on the table. Okay. So that's it. We have the house. We need now to change. This is, I don't know, this is masculine or feminine house. So we need to change. We have the house, we have the tables. What do we have next? This house is still empty. It's still empty to me. Minimal house. This is a minimal house. Okay, let's try to add some things. Okay, props, templates, custom, all. So we have already started creating the house. Like, we have the house, we have all that. We can also try to amend the room. Let's imagine this is the house and this is the room on this other side. We can bring in bed, content bed. Yeah, you can bring in bed. Wow, it's a big bed. Yeah, depending on the direction of your sleep, so we can just like also modify it at 90. I don't know why is everything in my house at 90? Negative 90. Yeah, that's it. That's the bed. Also, scientific house, right? Too small, too claustrophobic. Yeah, this is the bed, this is the room. Also, yeah, I just need to get the right angle for camera. So basically what I'm doing, I'm also learning, I'm really learning how to get best shots. So the essence of all this is just for me to get the best shots of my story. So I know we have not gone through the school, like have not gone through the school of animations and all that, but my interest has led me here, and trust me, I don't think I'll have to bring this light here for the time being, because I will use it. Okay, let's just move it up, because I want this light, and I want to also bring the bed. I think it was called it was a table, bed table. bed, table, give it a name, table, because I saw it, table. Okay, we'll go to a specific folder, custom. Okay, table. Yeah, this bed table, we're going to put it at the edge. Let's bring it at the center of our, it has to be the center of our interest. Yeah, that's a bed table. It looks small. Lamp. Let's look for lamp. Another lamp. Yeah, we have like lamp like this one also, which is good. Bring it there. Then on top, there are some shots I really want to get to know them. This kind of shots, the detailed shots, right? This kind of shots. You can imagine. So that kind of shot. We can put that light on top there. We can still modify it, which is, yeah, that's the goodness with the if you know a lot of stuff, you can still modify it, but I don't want it to hang on the wall. That's the reason why we normally pan. How many minutes have we gone? I can still merge this one. It won't look bad. And then a little of moving on the side, yeah, just like that. So that is a detailed. So you can see, though it has to be on the table, right? The table looks smaller. Now this is where professionality comes in, right? It has to look professional. So this one, I have to pan around that, and then a line at the center of that. take it down a little. Yeah, that's it. Perfectly arranged, perfectly. Also the light has to be arranged perfectly, so like that. Yeah, something like that. So we have the light, have some light inside the room, and it has some shadow. So yeah, that's good. That's a good display of a room. So we are still working on this house. It is halfway finished. It's halfway finished, and we have gone like 45 minutes. My friends, let me take a break. Let's give a break, and then on the next hour we are going to light this scene, and then I'm also going to speed up something so that we can just have a final render of this bedroom in the next like 20 minutes. So guys, thanks for watching. May God really bless you, and like us, share us, follow us on WhatsApp, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, follow me on, as you can see, this is what we have. We still have this house. As you can see, you can look it at in our port viewport. We can still add light, but let's add the light in the next video. Let's just do the lighting of this scene in the next video. I want it to look perfect, look good, and then we also add some textures on it, so we have a nice house. And then I think we should change this one to be a lady, because maybe let's make it a lady house, a lady's house. Let's make it a lady's house. So you can also like modify this person so that we can just change this person to a lady, an actor of a lady, so that it's a lady's house, right? Yeah, ladies who create houses, right? Ladies who create houses, who make houses. Houses are made for ladies. Okay. I'm looking at a good girl. We're going to use actor CC4. A lady, my lady, where are you? Okay, let's do this. I'm going to import. Let's import somebody. African queen, not an African queen. Yeah, let's replace her with a lady. Kaboom! So guys, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend Zach Animate Studios is here. We're going to build this community. I want so that when the time is right, companies can always get us, so that we can work for them on animations. I believe this one can make a good animation, can make a good scene for a good animation. So let's just change here. That is it, an African queen. Let's change her. We're going to give her we're going to ensure that her house looks perfect. So let's look at her face and see how she looks like. Yeah, that this is her house, and then she will be the owner of this house. So guys, what's remaining? Let's catch up in the next video. This is our lady, and she looks perfect, she looks beautiful. That's her eyes. They normally say the story tells much of a story. Eyes tells much of a story. So we need to light up this house and then take a look at her and see how beautiful she looks like inside the house. You see, we have not created the kitchen, so in the next bit let's create the kitchen and everything. So guys, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. May God bless you.